Evening. Can you hear me? Okay. My name is Courtney Payne, and I have a current fifth grader at DPM and a current third grader and first grader at Cherokee. Last month, I spoke openly on behalf of the Cherokee teaching community. However, I failed to name the one person I referred to throughout my speech on needs improvement, Mrs. Mary Gold, MG Moorhead. I honestly don't know where to begin with all of the amazing things I have to say about MG. I have the unique perspective of being a parent whose child received the best gift of having her as a teacher. I have had the fortunate opportunity to be able to work with and learn from her as an educator. And maybe best of all, I am lucky to call her a friend. This spring, MG was forced to submit her letter of resignation after receiving 9 needs improvements in her review. In her 16 years with the district, MG has never received one, not one, needs improvements. This woman doesn't represent the gold standard for teaching. She is far above that. MG is what you hope and dream of when you think of the teachers you want surrounding your children, advocating for your children, and teaching your children. My daughter, Eleanor, currently a third grader, had a tough first grade year. She has an IEP and is pulled from regular instruction multiple times throughout the day to work one-on-one with a learning specialist for extra support. This can be very frustrating and at times exhausting for her. That school year in particular, her specialist left in the fall on maternity leave, and Eleanor had a difficult transition connecting with the teacher assigned to replace her. Hearing about the situation, MG took it upon herself to step in and work with Eleanor instead. MG worked to learn everything there was to know about Eleanor, what made her tick, her quirks, her likes, her dislikes, what made her happy, what caused her frustration. I could go on, but most of all, she made my daughter feel safe and love learning again. This isn't a unique story. I could stand here and confidently say that every single parent of a child that MG has taught has a similar tale. That's just her way. That's just her standard. And that's just the type of person that she is. To say that losing MG as a teacher at Cherokee and this district as a whole is an absolute devastation would be an understatement. Her warmth, her vivaciousness, her sense of humor, her ability to make every child feel unique and like they're the only one who matters are singularly unique to her. Like I said before, she is above and beyond the gold standard. Board members, I implore you to ask questions about why MG was forced to resign and the timeline in which she was pushed to do so. I beg you to reconsider her formal resignation and instead reinstate her position as a learning behavior specialist at Cherokee. Do not take this administration's word for it. You are not getting the full and accurate picture. I will end by saying this. MG, there are no words to describe the gratitude that is felt not only by me, but by this community for your love, your dedication, and your true devotion to our little people. You are the best of the best, and you deserve to be back by your kids' sides next year at Cherokee. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Eleanor Payne, and I'm a third grader at Cherokee Elementary. Miss Moorhead was my teacher in first grade. She was the best teacher ever, and I loved her. When learning was hard, Miss Moorhead made it fun. She made me happy, and she made me laugh. I also looked forward to working with her. I'm really sad that she won't be at Cherokee next year. Other kids should get to work with Miss Moorhead because she is a great teacher and she is super kind and funny. Thank you, Miss Moorhead, and thank you for all you do. Your students love you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Terry O'Donnell, and I would like to share my experience with District 67. And it certainly was not need improvement, need improvement, need improvement. I had the best experience with your school, Cherokee. I'm sorry, I'm nervous. I met Dr. Shin about 11 years ago, and she ran a program over at Sheridan for 3 to 5-year-olds. And then we went to Cherokee, our district school. My son Frank, he's autistic on the spectrum, and we survived COVID. COVID was hard for all the kids, we all know that. We had plural principals at Cherokee. We all know that. But guess what? We had the teachers. I had the best experience with your school that I couldn't complain. Let Mary do her magic. Let the teachers teach.
Evening. May I have one extra minute? I think I'm well within the time, under 3, but just in case, I'm sometimes,
Let's aim for 3 and see how we're doing.
thank you. The clock doesn't start until I start, right? Okay. Good evening to you, Chairman Remus, Board, and the administrators that are here this evening. My name is Mary Gould Moorhead, and I'm a learning behavior specialist in 2nd grade at Cherokee School. And I stand before you this evening in gratitude and in appreciation. Thank you for allowing me this time to speak. A long time ago, my parents tried to teach me these 3 things: to always try my best, to stand up for what is good, and to act in service for something greater than myself. These are the pillars I continue to strive towards and that give me courage tonight. My husband and Jamie and I moved to Lake Forest with our small children because of my belief in District 67 and its mission, vision, and its goodness, and Dr. Shen. My service at Cherokee began in 2002 and still today has allowed me to fulfill this service of something greater, the students and the families at Cherokee. I am honored to have served alongside you, Chairman Remus, Ms. Engelberg, Mrs. Yan, and Dr. Fitzsimmons, and Dr. Montgomery, as a contributor to the valuable works of the Portrait of a Learner and the Strategic Plan for our District 67. It is these values and our collaboration and alignment for our students that I return to this work tonight. The portrait reminds and challenges us to be a community of critical thinkers, to understand the bigger picture, to propose solutions that are mindful of the impact that they may have on other parts of a system. The portrait tells us that we must think about our communication with one another, to listen effectively, to decipher meaning, including knowledge, values, attitude, and intentions. It encourages our bravery under citizenship to respectfully contribute and collaborate to make the world a better place. It is in these values that I find peace tonight. I would like to address the board specifically on my resignation and to share with you that it was not my choice. This year in 2nd grade, there were changes proposed and changes were made. It could have been better. We wanted it to be better. I, as well as others, tried our best to advocate for our 2nd grade students, their services, and the invaluable staff members who still desire partnership. I tried to stand up for what was good and right for all, with sincere intention and good faith. In November, problems occurred with my evaluation and concerning irregularities ensued. I am disappointed in the way that I was treated and the way that I was spoken to and the things that were said to me. I am disappointed that...
You can conclude. Thank you.
Thank you. I am disappointed that more understanding, clarity, and communication were not offered with my unprecedented evaluation rating and on the multiple irregularities that continued. My resignation messaging was delivered with a sense of pressure, urgency, and coercion that I was beside myself in the short days leading up to the submission date I was provided. I was told there were no other options. This is not the outcome that I sought, and it is not the outcome that I still seek right now. I now better understand my options. I know the unfortunate way that things transpired and the way in which I would like to continue to represent myself and my hopes in going forward with District 67. It is my hope that you still find value in my abilities and in my dedication to our missions and to the students and families in District 67 and at Cherokee School. It is my hope that we are able to connect after this evening to find a way forward together. I previously reached out to you all to seek this connection, and I have not heard anything back yet. It is my hope to continue to serve the building that solidified my foundations. Continuing to serve the greater good is important to me, whether it be in the open learning behavior specialist role at Cherokee or the section that's just opened in 3rd grade with the children that I'm currently serving. I'm almost finished. I would like to thank the board again for your time and to close how I opened with gratitude. It has been the honor of my career to teach in District 67. And to have our own children benefit from its countless valuable teachers, staff, and administrators. Excuse me. In closing, the immense kindness that has been showed to me by the parents and families in the last couple of months and the broader Cherokee community is something that I will never forget. Regardless of outcome. As a former Cherokee parent who now leads an incredible yoga class here in town recently shared, we are only as strong as the community that surrounds us. It is true, and I'm forever grateful. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Blair Gunther, and my teacher went on maternity leave last year, and she basically taught my whole class, and she was the best case manager I had ever had. And at DPM, some of the people that were in my class still talk about how great she was.
Good evening. My name is Michelle Medema. I'm a learning behavior specialist at Cherokee Elementary and have been an LBS at Cherokee for the past 9 years. Please know that it is not easy to get up in front of you all tonight. However, I was taught to always stand up and advocate for what is right, even if it's hard. In my 19 years of experience as an LBS, MG brings forth all of the qualities that someone in our role should possess: accountability, adaptability, flexibility, creativity, collaboration, empathy, care, openness to learn and grow, and the ability to develop strong relationships. Just look here tonight. A great gift to our district, truly, if you ask me. And that is something that is hard to find these days, as you all know. Our district and department emphasize belonging for students, families, and staff. As you have heard tonight, Mary Gould Moorhead is truly something special. MG has a true magical talent with belonging. Her students, families, and colleagues all feel like they belong and truly matter while in her presence. She creates that safety, Mr. Remus, you talked about, that we need for some of our students. She is that person. I too also value that sense of belonging, and so do many of my Cherokee colleagues, including our Department of Student Service staff. I have here for you several staff members that stand behind that sense of belonging to have MG remain a part of our school community. You'll see some staff members have signed their signature as staff member with a number as they have witnessed the unfortunate events that have taken place with MG this year. However, I'm not going to focus on that. What I'm going to focus on is advocating for the students, for the families, and for the district, as well as the entire Cherokee community, for this board to now do what is right and find the solution that brings MG back to where she truly belongs, a Cherokee cheetah. Families, students, and staff want MG to remain a part of the Cherokee community because without her, it is truly a devastating loss to our school district, our school, but most importantly, to the students' lives that she has and could change for the good. I do have this if you would like reference. And thank you so much for your time.
I'm Susanna Lee. I have a second grader and a fifth grader at DPM. I'm just here to support Miss Moorhead as well. My second grader is a highly spirited child, for those of you that know him. And MG was able to connect with him right off the bat. She was able to create a connection with him that allowed him to feel safe and feel seen and heard. She has made a mission of working with my kid one-to-one, and even going so far as bringing him out to after school, walking him out the door with me, making sure he's regulated, and touching base with me on a daily basis. She has gone above and beyond in numerous capacities all over the district and all over Cherokee, and she makes a huge difference every day to our kids, and I hope that you'll sincerely reconsider her opportunities to continue at Cherokee.
Hi, my name is Kirsten Smith. I have 2 kids at Cherokee, and I'm also a regular substitute teacher at Cherokee. And in that role, I have had the pleasure of working alongside of MG. I've subbed for MG. I've co-taught with MG. I've been MG's TA. And I'm strongly asking you all to reconsider. I think it would be a horrible loss to our school, our community, our kids. I see firsthand how gifted she is. She goes above and beyond every day. And I just feel like we teach our kids that it's okay to make mistakes. We learn from them. We grow from them. I'm asking you to acknowledge this as a mistake, and it's okay. Let's learn from it. Let's grow from it. But let's not lose MG as a teacher at Cherokee. Thank you.
I'm sorry, this may have been on the agenda. It's slightly moving a little bit off topic, but it's in regards to class sizes at Cherokee that I just wanted to touch base on really quickly. Again, my name is Courtney Payne, and I'm speaking on behalf of parents with current first graders who are worried about our class sizes at that grade level. And I know that we addressed this tonight. We are deeply concerned that there's no plan to expand from 3 sections to 4 sections in the upcoming school year. As of today, the 3 sections of first grade at Cherokee have 21, 22, and 22 students respectively. 2 of the classes have already met the district guidelines for class sizes, which mentioned earlier would not exceed 22 students at that grade level. With families moving into the district over the summer and considering students from Everett and Sheridan will be allowed to attend Cherokee for their second grade year through their enrollment in Mandarin, it is reasonable to expect that we will meet or even exceed the cap for 3rd and 4th grade class size levels, which is 25 kids per class. For comparison, the second grade level class sizes in neighboring districts and comparable districts as ours, Highland Park is about 20 kids per class, Deerfield is approximately 20, Wilmette 20, Winnetka 19, Hinsdale 19. While we think it's wonderful news that the incoming 3rd grade will be able to keep their 4th section based on recent information about additional registrations for this class, given the current enrollment and projected increases for our grade level, it's imperative that we start planning now. Do not wait until August to hire whatever teachers remain in the recruitment pool. I know firsthand the impact of late hiring and continuing to monitor enrollment levels. As my son was in the 4th grade section we fought hard for 2 years ago at Cherokee when one section was going to be taken away from his grade. 2 days before school started, we magically had enough students to get that 4th section back, and the district hired a brand new teacher to teach my son's class. It was his worst year at Cherokee. His regression in learning, both academic, social, and emotional, made it exceedingly difficult year to get through and hindered his ability to be prepared for 5th grade. We've been there and done that at Cherokee over the last few years with late hires, and it did not work out in the best interest of our children or the school. Please don't let history repeat itself again. We'd appreciate your prompt attention and response to this matter. Thank you.
Any other public comment?
I have public comment, Mark. My public comment concerns a number of emails and questions I received from members of the community questioning, in light of our, not tonight's meeting, but the past meeting, whether we ought to have a more specific communication policy about things that happen in the school, things that may occur in the course of a school day. Our district has extensive written policies covering a wide range of student safety concerns, such as bullying, harassment, discrimination, retaliation, Title IX concerns, and many others. We do not have a single unified policy dictating communication. I personally do not believe it is possible to have one. Unfortunately, communications in these situations will depend on the natures of the incident, student privacy laws, personnel, confidentiality rules, collective bargaining agreements, and a whole host of other considerations. These are not laws that our board wrote, and they are not policies that our board can rewrite. They constrain us and our administrators in ways that frustrate families, and frankly, they frustrate me as a board member. When parents sometimes ask, why didn't you just tell us X? The answer is sometimes because telling you X would violate federal law and expose the district to litigation that takes money out of our classrooms. I say this not to deflect responsibility, because I want parents they're entitled to know the regulatory framework in which we operate. I'd also like to take this moment to advocate for, frankly, more deregulation and greater local control in educational policy. We have excellent schools, talented and caring staff, very engaged parents, many of whom are here tonight, and a community that knows its kids. We would be better served by less educational policy from Springfield, not more. Every new mandate often seems reasonable in isolation, but the cumulative effect is a system in which we spend an enormous amount of time and money on lawyers navigating overlapping rules that are written by people who have never met our students. So I trust the people in the community and my board members here far more than I do our legislators in Springfield and Washington. Please understand, sometimes when issues arise, it is not a question of can we explain everything away. Sometimes we simply cannot do that. These are my own thoughts on this. They do not reflect any of my board members. These are personal in general. I just want to say a few other things about our students, because there was a lot of social media attention about the last meeting. The overwhelming majority of our students show up every day, treat their classmates with respect, work hard, and make this community proud. We have remarkably talented students who succeed and go on to a terrific local high school, and we should be proud of their achievements. On disciplinary matters, sometimes the problem, as in every school, as in every workplace, is that there are a small number of individuals who account for a large share of serious incidents. The lesson from the places that have handled it well is the same. When you hold that small number accountable, firmly and consistently, the behavior stops and the environment improves for everyone. When you hesitate, if you water down consequences, you treat this misconduct as a misunderstanding to be processed, you teach every other student in the building that the rules are optional. That is not the path that I believe the school has chosen. So I broadly support our administration. I broadly support our principals and vice principals in their efforts to more rigorously enforce anti-bullying restrictions, and I have a great deal of faith in them.